What's up, everybody? We're live tonight from Glazers Clinic in Atlantic City. All around us today, we saw coaches from every level: high school, college, youth, sitting in rooms, taking notes, talking ball, and studying the game. Which brings us to tonight's question: should coaches be putting time into developing their craft in the offseason? Or is that optional? Because we talk all the time about players needing to train year round, strength coaches grinding, athletes working on skill development, quarterbacks with private coaches, receivers at 7-on-7. But what about the people running the programs, right? Installing the systems, teaching the fundamentals. Is off-season development just for players, or should coaches be evolving just as aggressively? Tonight, we're talking about growth, ego, accountability, and whether standing still as a coach is actually falling behind. We're live from Glazers Clinic, Atlantic City. Let's get into it.
After the snap, where the city talks back, up the game of the field with Tuck and Mac. First we break it down, then we'll build it back. From uptown to the bridge, we dissecting the gaps. From the whistle to the chats, we don't fumble the facts. If it's happening in the 5, then it's after the snap. Go! After the snap.
Yo, what's up, fellas?
Yo,
what up, man? What up, Matt?
What's going on, man? Oh, man, had to get off the tables, run back up to my room to get this podcast in. I'm happy to be here with y'all. I hope we got some people on, man. Matt, I know Tuck got here a little later, but I don't know if I can say we back. Ain't that the other guy who says that? Joe Button. So is that how you say it, Mac?
No, I don't think. I think that's an LJ thing.
Yo, loud. Always bet black, but I play the cards, man. I don't do that other stuff. But Mac, one thing I want to say, man, we was walking around today. We was in classes. We was learning. Did that last night. The amount of New York City coaches, the guys that were here, walking up to us and talking to us about the show, saying they're happy to have their voices kind of being heard, the messages that they've given to their kids being echoed by other people, man. It was kind of powerful. What you think?
Yo, I was actually shocked. You was up there a little before me, and you was kind of giving me a heads up, like, yo, this dude was gonna come up to you and say something about the show. And I'm like, he watches the show? And yeah, and a couple coaches, man, came up and kind of was giving their thoughts on the show or what we were speaking on. That was crazy to hear. Guys who I've never even expected that would be watching the show, coaches from different schools coming up and talking about it, saying that their kids are sending them clips from the show, and then them going back and then watching the YouTube episode. That was dope, man. That was dope.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. I'm just hearing about this just now. That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yo, Chuck, I'm back. Hey, you guys can see the video, man. It was like 500 coaches, man, just talking ball, chopping it up with each other, man. Meeting college coaches. It's a great experience to get out here in Glazers, and part of the reason why we're having this conversation. What you have to say, Mac?
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. This is my my 5th year at Glazier Clinics in Atlantic City. This was the first year where, like, the vibes, I don't know, maybe it was just me, but coaches were doing a lot more networking this year, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Like, guys who didn't really know each other, different coaches bridging the gap between maybe city coaches and Jersey coaches. There was a lot of guys from the DMV area. They had a head coach from, I think, Saint something. I forget the school. He was
St. James Academy.
St. James
down
Academy,
in Virginia, I believe.
Yeah, Virginia. Yo, solid coaching staff. I think he had about 6 or 7 of his coaches there. And they were just showing just hella love. Just in a hotel and passing. I sat in on his session, and then outside of the session, he's like, yo, hit me whenever. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot of love in the building. I ran into the Xavier coach. I didn't know him, and he
Sal. What up, Sal?
Is that his name, or you just say something in the comments?
No, that's his name. His name is Sal.
Oh, his name is Sal. Yeah, man. Hella cool dude. Never spoke to anybody from there. He was showing love, and he mentioned the show as well. I'm like, oh wow, you know what I'm saying? That's dope, man. So I definitely enjoyed myself those 2 days. Got to meet some new coaches and build with some guys, and even guys that I knew from around the city. This weekend kind of gave me a chance to have in-depth conversations with them. And I'm showing my appreciation, and they're showing their appreciation and exchanging numbers. And I feel like that's what it's all about. Aside from getting the information to just make you a better coach, I believe that these type of events are great for networking.
Okay, you setting up any games with the coaches you network with?
A lot of guys had games already in place, man. But definitely for years to come, I will be reaching out to some of those coaches, even the out-of-state guys. I didn't know they had like some availability at the beginning of the season. I know Eagles said they was going to Ohio, and then another school called Friendship Academy is actually coming to Brooklyn.
That's big. That's big for New York City, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, just to connect with different guys from different states. It's super dope, not only for the program, but for the kids.
I think what's interesting, I don't know if Farrell dropped their schedule yet, but I know one of their out of town opponents was here this weekend. Guys was walking by. I said, "Oh, that's the guys playing Farrell." And one of the teams that we're playing, they were doing the clinic. So we snuck in there and was like, "Yo, let's see what they talking about." Dre, Rick's bring this picture up, man. That's part of the New York Catholic High School contingent. You got the Farrell guys in there, Kellenberg, Hayes guys. Man, seen a ton of guys out there. St. Joe's by the Sea was here this weekend. Who else did I see from the Catholic leagues? Xavier, like you said, Holy Cross, bunch of schools, man. Bunch of schools was out here. There was PSL teams going out to say this huge. As a matter of fact, I believe Farrell and E-Hall will be playing not each other, but at a similar location. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to drop that news, but that's the vibes I'm getting. Those guys are going to be traveling and representing New York City, and we want to big up both of those schools for jumping out that window and taking on some quality competition. Just like you said about Eagle Academy, That's what I'm hearing. I said that's what I'm hearing. I'm not allowed. I can't reveal my. A good journalist doesn't reveal his sources and things like that. I don't want to get the faucet closed off. I'm getting a little bit of leaks of information, but it's going to be New York is going to have. It's going to be some good games. Going to be some really good games, man.
So
I know another.
Now go ahead. Hey, my bad.
I was going to say I know another school. They're playing Delaware State champs this year, so guys are taking on some real tough competition.
That's definitely dope, man. And just to have that networking availability with all the other coaches from other states, that's dope. From the for the PSAL and just New York City coaches in general, reaching out and trying to get some unfamiliar work. I definitely want to.
And speaking of New York, go ahead, Mac. My bad.
Nah, yeah, I was gonna say I definitely want to kind of open this segment up. I know we were talking earlier, and just about the expectation of coaching clinics, and a guy from, I'm not gonna say what school he's from the Catholic School League. He said he didn't see many PSAL guys, and me, I'm gonna stand by PSAL, football, through and through. And I say there are PSAL guys here. We had Eagle Academy. Both Eagles, Eagle 2 and Eagle 3.
Yes, sir.
Stuyvesant. You said Curtis.
APR,
my man, Coach
APR, Curtis.
Yes, APR.
Wagner.
And then somebody else said, well, it's
Lehman.
Really? I didn't see Lehman.
Yeah, Lehman was here. You said Curtis, Stuyvesant. Sheepshead Bay.
Sheepshead Bay was there.
Sheepshead Bay was here.
Erasmus Hall. Almost forgot.
E-Hall was here. Absolutely, E-Hall's here. Shout out to Nooch. Where you at, man? I'm looking for a drink, man. Where you at? Holla at me. Nooch told me he was going to be here. We haven't bumped into each other yet. So many people. But Nooch, I need a drink, man. Let's sit down.
I think it's super important, man. Regardless of the success, like somebody asked me and said, "Yo, even after a championship, you still showing up to coaches clinics?" I'm like, "Yo, you know what I'm saying?" It's like that doesn't, you know what I'm saying, Tuck? I see, like
that's how you get better, man. You get
yeah,
better from
yeah, man. You definitely want to always try
you can't settle. The brain always working, especially when you're on the football field. X's and O's get different every year.
Absolutely, man. So that kind of brings me to my next question. For Tuck, do you think? No, this is a serious question. Do you think that it's mandatory for coaches to attend coaching clinics?
Yeah, it is mandatory. It should be mandatory.
So would at BU, let's just say at BU, do you think that it will get frowned upon by the other coaching staffs if you or if Adam said, "Listen, fellas, it's mandatory that at least every one of you guys attend one clinic this offseason"? How do you think that will get looked at from the rest of the staff?
And when I don't think it will be a problem, because if this is what you want to do, you will want to get better. And if you're not willing to get better, I mean, what's the point of coaching? How you supposed to help develop a kid if you don't go to a clinic or two?
So I heard some coaches say today that they were like burnt out from the season. And this is kind of their time to spend with their families, you know what I'm saying, on the weekends. Some coaches have this week off, those who work in
school.
And in the school system. So what do you say to that, to those coaches who say like, "Yo, bro, you know, we've been at it since August, probably longer than that, June," you know what I'm saying? And they're asking like, "Yo, let me just get this time off to recharge so I can, you know, I could be a better coach when we get back at it."
Get multiple breaks. Don't school get multiple breaks?
Multiple breaks. We get one now, and we get one
Christmas. You get Thanksgiving weekend. You get.
Well, some of you guys are still at it during Christmas, though, right? When do you guys usually wrap up as far as the season? You guys have done it around when?
Right after Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Got you. Yeah. You're right.
No, we did a tournament in December.
Well, Tuck is done right after Thanksgiving, but some other guys they in Florida. In December, you know, Tuck is done that early.
No. We went to a tournament in December. We went to a tournament in December.
So that's another. You know what I'm saying? So now you're ending late. So now you're saying possibly January they get to kind of step away from football and, you know, kind of enjoy the family. So do you still say, "Yo, fellas, we understand that, you know, you got other things going on, but we want you to attend a clinic somewhere"?
Absolutely, because the Glazer Clinic is in multiple places. There's, I think, one in Connecticut also, correct?
Yeah, next weekend.
Yeah, next weekend. Next
you
weekend.
Want to go to one closer to is in Jersey, or you want to go to one in Connecticut? I mean, you just got to figure it out, man. Bring your family with you.
Shameless plug. There was one in the Bronx, right in New York City. There was one in Martin Luther King Day in the Bronx in New York City. You know, I want to give a shout out to the youth programs that I saw here this weekend, because that's big. You know, I saw the Bronx Buccaneers, I saw Brooklyn United, Rosedale Jets, Brooklyn Skyhawks, the Alliance. I was about to say them. Alliance. I saw
Some guys
this guy's crazy. I saw the show. Today. Got to catch up with the show, aka Mike and Jay, TPMJ. So those guys this today. There was a bunch of guys out there. Adam, man, this room didn't cost much, man. We got this from a good friend of mine who supports what I'm doing, and I support what he's doing, and he took care of the Hayes guys, put us in a nice little suite. made sure we was good to go.
Yo, Tuck. So there was a comment that somebody just put and said you don't have to really go in person. You can kind of do
Yeah, I see it
clinics online. How do you feel about maybe they say, yo, we're not really trying to go to the in-person joints. We could do some online clinics. How do you feel about that?
That's fine as long as you bring it to the table and understand what's going on in that online clinic. I wouldn't mind that.
So I only disagree with that. UDFB is the networking aspect, man. I feel like in person you get to actually build and have conversations with coaches after the sessions and kind of pick their brain a little more. And then they have college coaches there, and Ed does an amazing job. I witnessed it a year or two ago. After every session, if there's a college coach there, he goes up to the guy and has a conversation with him and lets him know about his kids that he has, and they exchange information, and that's just a foundation that he's built in order to expand his Rolodex of college coaches to shop his kids to. So the online thing, yes, is cool, but it's definitely not better than the in-person to me. Absolutely. Yeah, definitely the networking in person is definitely
and
better.
not just networking. Like, I spoke to a college coach today who I said to him, I said, yo, listen, one, we getting on the bus this spring. We got some kids that really need to put eyes on. We're not gonna wait for you to come out no more. We coming to you, right? We coming to you all month of March. We coming to you, right? We coming to practice. He was like, bring them. Let's sit in some meetings. Let's bring your coaching staff. Let's sit down and chop it up. We could talk one-on-one, what you want to learn more about, right? That kind of conversation is bigger than just watching an online tape clinic where you can't ask any questions. And I'm not against online clinics. I watch a bunch of those too. But being live in person allows you to ask questions, allows you to build a relationship with a college coach that transcends just learning football. But he puts a face to a name, a face to a school. You can talk about your kids. You can pull up video. You exchange numbers, like I said. And then, like I said, we got invites to spring practices. So, we're gonna be on the bus. We're gonna be up and down the 95, talking to college coaches and getting our ball together. Right? We hungry right now, so we going out there to get that what's on the plate.
So Ed, switching gears to high school coaching staffs, because that's what it seems like. It was like pretty much dominated by was high schools. I saw some actually take that back. I saw some Division II and Division III coaching staff there.
Hold on. I need to. Can I address a comment real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
This is why I love the way we do the podcast. It's live. It's interactive. People get to say their opinions. So Turf Dome said, as long as you've been at Hayes, Ed, now you thought of this. Just so you know, Cardinal Hayes, every Martin Luther King Day, sponsors a football clinic for New York City coaches, right? We bring in college coaches. This year we had Delaware, we had UConn, we had University of New Hampshire, we had Monroe. I'm going to forget somebody, right? We had like 6 or 7 college coaches, or Rutgers. Last year we had Rutgers, Syracuse, right? Every year we sponsor a clinic right in New York City to allow guys to not to have to travel that far. Get on the train, get on the 245, right up to 149th Grand Concourse and come learn some football, right? So this isn't new for us. It's the first time we're probably talking about this publicly this way. And I appreciate the comment. Just want to make sure that we're all aware that this is something that we do, that I'm supportive of. I've been going to the Glaciers since I was a youth coach, right? As a matter of fact, any youth coaches watching, Glaciers Clinic is free to you. It does not cost you any money to attend.
Really?
They have youth coaches scholarships. Absolutely. They have youth coaches scholarships to get them to a clinic. And on top of that, if you're a youth coach in the Bronx and you want to go to Glaciers or access the Glaciers Clinic online, you got my number. Text me. Hayes to pay for it for you. We put you down with us. We'll make sure you get access, right? We're about building the football. I'm about building football in New York City, and that's something we're going to do, right? So I just wanted to say that and stand on it. Mac, I totally forgot your question. Could you ask it again?
Yeah, Tuck, we got to talk about what he just did.
Only Bronx organization there. What about Brooklyn? You can't get that free.
Yo, Tuck, what's your badge say? Stop playing with me, man. We take care of everybody who you know what I'm saying? We take care of everybody. If anybody want to learn football and they don't have a way that Glazers is trying to charge them, I got you.
So before I was rudely interrupted.
A lot of plugs today. Mac.
Yeah, we got to talk about that. Talk later. So Ed, so as a high school program, is it mandatory for your entire staff to attend clinics in the off season? It may not have to be the Atlantic City one, but you guys mentioned that next week Glazier will be in Connecticut. Last year, me and another coach, Coach Youssef from Sheepshead, went to Glazier Clinic in Dallas, Texas. So, you know, they're spread out and there's multiple opportunities for clinics to go to. You don't have to, go to the one local. So do you think French connection is crazy? Do you think it should be mandatory for high school coaches to attend clinics in the off season?
Before you answer that, Mac, so the one that you went in Dallas is different coaches than
different coaches, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I think that's a great question, Tuck. I think they kind of get coaches from that area. So like for the Atlantic City one, it was UConn, Temple, Rutgers. They had a Texas A&M guy there. That was kind of strange. Maybe he was just in the area. And then they had some high school coaches from the DMV, Jersey. Ferris State was there. I'm not even sure where that's at. But yeah, so the one in Texas was more Texas guys. And they had some Georgia coaches and Florida coaches as well. Doing
Ferris State, right?
Yeah.
Ferris State.
Yeah.
They was here up at AC, man. Those dudes is top Division II team in the nation, back-to-back national champions, right? Like
their quarterback, was a starting quarterback at Ole Miss. Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
So that program is definitely moving in the right direction. Those coaches definitely know what they're talking about. But back to my original question, Ed.
Okay, I'm listening.
High school coaches, should it? Yeah, that kid. Yep. Should it be mandatory for high school coaches to attend clinics in the off season? Is that a conversation? Is that a conversation that's being had?
We have it, and I think yes. I think it's important because sometimes guys are relying on what they know from what they've learned in the past, what they did in high school, and the game is evolving, right? The game is changing. I think guys should be out here brushing up on their skills, picking up on things just to add to their toolbox, man. I learned something today to add to my toolbox, and what we do. And yes, so I think it should be mandatory. I'll even go as far as saying that maybe the league should mandate that coaches get a certain amount of coaching clinic hours in order to coach, right? Like I'm gonna say, like, I know you PSL guys love to talk about your academic certifications, and I'm a certified teacher. Like that means you can coach football, but the PSL probably has the ability to mandate those kind of certifications for coaches, that you have a required 50 hours, 100 hours of PD, right? Time as a coach in order to coach every year. I mean, we ask all of our coaches to attend clinics, attend the one that we have at the school. It's easy, all right? It's just show up to where you go to practice at and sit in some clinics. We did that this year. We sat in a couple of the clinics. We talked with coaches. We got up on the whiteboard and discussed some plays. So yeah, I think it should be mandatory.
So Ed, I know you keep mentioning the clinic at at Hayes. Can you understand why other high school coaches will be hesitant to come? Not saying that they shouldn't come.
No,
Okay.
no. Let me explain to you why. That's a New York City thing,
Absolutely.
right? And I know I'm gonna go back. The Hayes Clinic was born out of, there was another clinic that used to happen on Martin Luther King Day, and that coach left the school that he was at, and he stopped holding, so the clinic stopped happening. Every high school it happened in Westchester. Hayes used to go. Hayes used to, and it was a charge. It was like a $25, $50 charge or whatever like that. Hayes used to go there every year. All the Westchester schools, high school coaches were going there every year, and I used to go. Hayes used to bring me, right? So I used to go there when I was a youth coach. When that guy was retired from that school, Hayes picked up the ball and said, "We'll do the clinics," but Hayes made it free, right? And so you show up, it's free, you get fed, you get to learn, right? We got to put our pride to the side sometimes and stop trying to fight one another all the time and build together, right? That's even a bigger topic that we got to discuss one day, is that we don't build enough together. There's some coaches in New York City, and I applaud them, and I don't want to that reach out and put college coaches on to other people's kids and do things like that for them. And that's great. We had a coach come to our school in January and said, and he asked us, he said, "Name me the kids I should go see." Right? I named the kid. He was in Brooklyn, and he was like, "You're the second school that said that to me." Right? So guys are doing that, and that's what needs to be done. That's how we're going to help blow New York City up. That's how we're going to make New York better. Right? That's how we're going to compete against. I saw a Twitter post. We're going to talk about that later. New York versus New Jersey. We're going to talk about that later. I saw a Twitter post about that. That's how you got to blow this thing up, man. We got to get out of our comfort zone and go play some tougher competition. We got to go to clinics and learn. We got to network, and then we got to help and support one another. Hayes Clinic is free to everyone, man. Come on down. Ain't no kids there. You're not recruiting nobody. It's not about getting recruits. It's about learning football.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm a huge advocate of coaches putting their pride aside and kind of just coming together. That's why I thought today was dope.
Yeah.
Although it was a huge mix. Like it was a lot of coaches, and it was a huge mix, guys from all over. But it just seemed like overall good vibes. Everybody was kind of mix and mingling in between sessions, and even during the session.
What's your thoughts?
Absolutely.
Should it be mandatory?
I don't think it should be mandatory. I think that
why not?
Because we're adults. We're adults, and if this is something that you say that you love doing and that you enjoy doing, and you have expectations of your kids getting better in the off season, so another adult shouldn't have to mandate you to want to be a better coach. This is something that you should want to do on your own. You're a fully grown adult. You put those mandates in place for kids because they still need guidance. They still need structure. As a fully grown adult, if you don't think that you don't need to become better or learn more, then that's on you. That's on you.
Matt,
So what
you work in
Yeah.
Mac, you work in the New York City public school education system, right?
I do, yes.
You go to you have professional development that's required, right?
That's required. I don't know if it's required, but we have professional development.
You don't have professional development days that you need to attend, that like school may not be in session, but the staff attends and they go through professional development?
We have that. It's not mandatory. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's not. Right. It's not mandated.
Got to do this one. Hey, Dre, I need permission to treat Mac as hostile. Can we?
wait.
You got to answer the question truthfully. Right? You got to answer truthfully.
I did answer truthfully. I answered truthfully.
All
What
right.
you mean?
Thank you. Say, Mac, it's true or false? Do you have to take sexual harassment classes?
Yes.
Mandated. All right. Do you have to take mandated reporter training? Mandated.
Yes.
Okay, do you have to take other trainings that are mandated by your employer?
Outside of those two that you named, no.
Okay, so man, you look. I got a teacher just hit me, man. There's a required 100 hours of training within a 5-year period to be a teacher in New York City. So if New York City already thinks that, let's extend that to, it's called CTLE hours, professional development. Mac, my sources, they love me. They hit me right through the show.
Can I stop you really quickly?
Absolutely.
So we get paid during that time. If I'm not mistaken.
Oh, so you can only get better when you get paid. I understand now.
If you let me finish, I'll finish this off. We get paid during that time. That is built in to our salary. And usually those PDs are during our work obligation hours. Coaching clinics can be considered something extra. Coaches are not getting paid to go, and this is me just playing devil's advocate. Coaches are not getting paid to go to these clinics. Actually, schools pay Glazier or whatever other foundations or whatever organizations are putting on these clinics. Schools and coaching staffs have to pay them for their coaches to attend. So that comparison to as far as my employment to coaching, I don't think it's a fair comparison. What do you think?
I think it's absolutely fair. Coaches are being employed and paid by schools
during the season,
right?
You guys, hold on. I'm sorry. Maybe something is happening differently. Are you guys getting paid during the? If you guys are getting paid during the off season, I know nothing about that.
No one on that I know of in the Catholic League gets paid during the off season.
So, right? So Matt, hold on, to cut you off. So y'all get paid during workouts?
No.
In the off season?
No.
What if you're an employee? Can you get per session?
If the school wants to do that, if they want to make it a club, it would have to be a club sanctioned by the school.
Okay.
So you're not in a weight room right now?
We are. This is all volunteer hours.
Oh, okay. What about the Big Apple games? You guys get paid for that?
Well, one coach on staff does, yes.
Okay. So that coach,
the other 9 are just volunteering their time.
What's one more event?
No, and this is what I was saying. I think that coaches should want to get better, whether they're getting compensated or not. And you got to pay for the hotel. This is actually costing you financially. But I think it's helping you as a coach to help these young men when you return to them back in the building. So I definitely think, although I don't think it should be mandated, because I think this is something that these coaches should want to do. Because when you mandate something to somebody, you know what I'm saying, they can kind of go into it. Even at PDs at work, I don't want to be in some of those PDs. You know what I'm saying? But I have to be there. But if you're coaching, this is something that you wanted. Like, you're not forced to coach. This is a choice you made to coach. And I think if you're going to do it, then do it correctly.
So let me ask you this, right? Last show, we talked about being a mentor. Mm-hmm. I believe mentors should model the behavior they want their mentee to follow. Right? Coaches want kids to show up. Coaches want kids to show up to practice in the off season, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
When the practice payment is playing in the game, their playing time is their.
All right, hold on, time out. Hold on. Nah, I'm not letting that fly. I'm not letting.
I didn't see this.
That is not a fact. That is not a fact. That is not a fact. PSL is not.
Hold on. Before you say it's not a fact, can you prove that that's not a fact?
Can I prove that it's not a fact? I'm trying to figure out how would I prove that.
I'm messing with you. I'm joking with you.
I don't know how I would prove that. But the PSL does have its issues. Yes. but the worst league in the country, that's definitely a stretch. And yo, like my man said, we're all adults. You know what I'm saying? Not investing in yourself and your team is corny. I totally agree. But we are all adults. You should want to be better. And I think that's what these coaches have to. You don't want a coach to show up to Glacier Clinic all grumpy. Like, who wants to, you know what I'm saying? Who wants to kind of be in that space? All of the guys that I've seen in great moods. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were happy to be there, man. Like, I seen Rocco from Farrell. Yo, like, so much love, man. And he might have had 7 or 8 guys from his staff. Like, I think.
No, he did not. No, he did not. 15.
Yo, everywhere I looked, I seen a guy with Farrell gear on. Like, that was amazing, man. And it's a testament to what they're doing over there at Farrell. And I want to take my hats off to them, man. Yeah, some coaches think that they could bring it. Pull that comment up, Dre, please. Some coaches think they could just bring in talent. That's them doing their part. We're on a podcast with a top 3 recruiter in the state of New York right now, and Coach Ed, and he's there right now. You know what I'm saying? He brings in some of the best talent. The list goes on. If he wants to name the kids, he can name the kids. But we develop talent.
We develop our talent.
You guys bring in some really good talent, man.
I'm gonna say I'll name I'll say it again. Lau, remember Lau Saleh Atariwa? You never heard of that kid? You just got the Rutgers offer today. You never heard of that kid? Developed him. But yeah, we bring in a couple of kids. And when you say top 3 recruiters, I mean behind Mac and.
Well, not behind me.
The other guys.
We have a lot of guys. The guys at South Shore do an amazing job. Rocco does an amazing job. Like,
I might not even be top 10 at this point.
Oh, you're definitely top 3. Rocco does an amazing job. So yeah, there's guys out there who really put in the time and effort. The guys at Erasmus, they do an amazing job of bringing in amazing talent. You know what I'm saying? But Sal was there at Glacier. And he mentioned to me, he said this is his 38th year coaching. He's been coaching longer than I've been alive. When he said that, I'm like, damn, man. Like,
longer than we've been alive.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, like, come on, man, just putting in like amazing work. Like sitting, and that's another thing that I've kind of learned from Sal. I like to learn from different guys. If Sal is in a session, you'll never see him in the back. He's never in the back. And this is what we tell our kids. I went to a session with Sal and I found myself in the back. And he like, yo, we got some room up here in the first row. And I'm like, yo, let me get up, grab my bag, went to the first row, man. And he was like, yo, when you come to these sessions, you know what I'm saying? Sit up here. You can grasp more information. I'm like, yo, that was definitely one of the gems that I learned this past weekend, man. And I think that was super important.
I want to bring up Lau's comment, man, about he spent more time with these kids than he do his own family. Man, if that ain't the truth, you know, how much time and energy and effort you pour into these young men, and you pour into this sport. You know, people take that for granted and don't really understand how much time and energy goes into what we do, man. So salute to you, Lau. Salute to you, Mac, Tuck, all the coaches that's watching, that support this and support young people in New York City and New York and New Jersey and Maryland and all over. You guys are doing an excellent job and thank you. If no one else has said it to you, thank you.
Absolutely, man. I think the kids need to understand that, you know, these guys are taking time away from their families and putting it to them. Especially, I want to take my hat off to the guys who do 7-on-7. I did 7-on-7 for about 4 or 5 years. Yo, that shit is time consuming in the off season. And you're traveling with 40, 50, 60, 70 kids sometimes to different states. And now you're their parent for that weekend. Yo, it is extremely hard. That shit is extremely hard. Excuse my French. And that needs
It's a family show. You can't be cursing.
yeah.
Family show can't be cursing, man. Can't be cursing.
Yo, and then the guys hustle, ascend, DEFCON, go on these college. Be Great took their kids to University of Maryland last year. Like that's a huge experience for these kids, man. And that's just coaches putting in extra time with the kids in this off season. And I think the coaching clinic definitely needs to be highlighted more. Like you took videos and stuff, and Dre was able to put videos. Why are we not doing highlight videos for coaching clinics? Like, actually, we should have all put some money together and got Lau and LJ and TYJ up there to get some content done, some interviews. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How come? Because it has to be highlighted. I think it has to be highlighted. And guys who are unable to make it for whatever reason needs to see, like, yo, this is what's going on. Yeah, Glory Boys. Yo, oh my gosh. Speaking of 7-on-7s, Glory Boys put a post up, might have been either today or yesterday, saying that they need the kids' report cards. Like, that's super dope to me, man. That is super dope to me. And that's just putting 110% into what you're doing. Like, that's and the kids see it. Although the kids may not agree with it, and they're like, yo, come on, why we gotta do all this? Yo, they understand what's going on. Yo, LJ, seriously, about only loving you during the year. Off season is huge, man. And I think you guys need to be just as involved in the off season than you guys are in the regular season. But that's definitely gonna get addressed soon, man. That's gonna get addressed soon. Just like how we have all of the media for end season, I think these are the times to be highlighted. These are the times to be highlighted, and yeah, we're definitely gonna make that happen, man. Hey, you all good? Hey, you on mute? I think you on mute.
Oh man, yeah, I ran into the damn couch, man. I'm sorry if y'all heard that.
Yeah, nah, you straight.
being remote.
Said tuck back to the slot machines. Yeah, word.
Yeah, word. Tuck is out there. Tuck want to gamble during the show. It's crazy. Yo, wow. No bull. Look. Tuck brought this back and threw it on the table. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
I had to put my ticket in, man.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, but super salute to the Glory Boys for that, man.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
Super salute to them. Super salute to them for that, man.
And I haven't gotten a chance to see a lot of the 7-on-7 teams, but I'm definitely looking forward. I'm sure there should be some tournaments coming soon. We're trying to do one in New Rochelle, but I definitely want to see what these orgs are bringing to the table, man. I see a lot of practices. I know we're kind of still early in the 7-on-7 season, but these guys have been working, man. The snow kind of slowed things up, but I'm definitely curious to see what these guys are bringing to the table.
But there was some 7-on-7s that went out of state, right? This year, buddy.
Yeah, some went, some traveled already. There was 2 tournaments in Jersey, pylon tournaments in Jersey that happened already. But it wasn't really our kids going against our kids. It was a mix. And we have a lot of 7-on-7 orgs just in the city and within Long Island. I would love to see those guys all on one field and competing, man.
You said what's going on in New Rochelle? That's what you said?
Yeah, we're trying to.
What age groups? What age groups they having?
We're trying to do something in New Rochelle. New Rochelle has a nice facility with turf fields on April 25th. We're trying to put it together right now. We're going to do 14s, 15s, and 18s. We're working on that, and trying to get that all situated. Hopefully we can pull it off. It's a lot going on in this off season. We actually have another event that we're probably going to announce sometime next week. Excited for that. So yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. Oh man. Okay. So Ed, I know we have our watch list segment.
Yes, sir.
This is our second time doing a watch list. We got two. We got two student athletes that we're gonna highlight. I'll let Ed kind of introduce the athletes.
So first up in Dre, yes. First up is this kid Isaiah Smith. You guys might remember him from being on my ultimate team when we had the PSAL versus the Catholic High School Football League kind of discussion. This kid he's listed as a running back. He plays when you want to see his tape, he's going to play running back, quarterback, and receiver, all on the same tape within the first couple of plays. This kid is outstanding, man. He's from Christ the King out in Queens, 6'3", 220 plus pound athlete. It's the best I could call him, man. And Mac, I'm impressed by this kid. Thoroughly impressed with him. He can throw the ball like he's actually a quarterback. He runs the ball with one of the best running backs in the city, and then he goes out right now. Look at him. He's gonna play receiver and catch a pass. Like,
yeah, man. I watched this kid's tape like 2 months ago. He applied for the Rising Stars game. He's in a Rising Stars game this year. As soon as I turned the film on, I was trying to locate him every play because he kept moving. His father reached out to me and was like, "Yo, he played damn near everything for Christ the King this season." And if you turn it, like you say, you turn the film on, he's doing a little bit of everything. And then his father gave me his measurables because he looked big as hell on tape. I'm like, "Yo, how big is this kid?" And he gave me his measurables. I'm like, "Damn, yeah." Well, Swiss Army knife, but yeah.
Definitely.
Ed told me he was a running back. I'm like, yo, the kid's lining up at quarterback. Like,
yeah,
he confused me. And then,
so I think I think his true position is a running back. I think Christ the King's quarterback had went down, and they put him at quarterback. How he ended up at receiver?
He was a receiver. This kid is serious for him, man.
Oh man, that's a crazy comment.
Oh.
That comment was crazy. I know nothing about what's going on.
Well, I want to ask. Yeah, I got a question. Can we got our special correspondent here again? I don't know if people saw the write up he did on Puka and Chris Banks from the last time we did the watch list, but Corey from Prep Red Zone, man, he's here to join us, and I know he's watched these guys film. Corey, what's up, man? How you doing?
What's going on, Corey?
How you doing, guys?
Corey, what's up,
Good, man.
Bit sleep deprived from Pylon this past weekend.
How was it, man?
Oh man, we need to talk about that too. Yeah.
There was a lot. I have a lot of information. Coach Fran Brown from Syracuse popped out to support his son.
His son, yeah, he plays
with Syracuse Elite. They made a pretty deep run.
Yep.
Excuse me. Well, I'm sorry, Corey. Hey, this is the disclaimer about this podcast. Coach Fran Brown may or may not have been at Pylon, and if he was there, he was only there in the capacity as a parent. He did not speak to any student athletes because he was not allowed to do that in this dead period. Corey might have been mistaken. The guy might have looked like Fran Brown. Go ahead, Corey.
Wow. Yeah, I was sleep deprived. It's entirely possible I just hallucinated the entire day.
Thanks.
It's entirely possible I never showed up to begin with.
But Corey, what do you think about Isaiah, man? Did you get to watch his tape?
Yeah, so Isaiah was an intriguing prospect to me. Like mentioned earlier, either the quarterback went down or there was an eligibility issue with their quarterback where he wasn't able to play, or he was injured early on in the year. So I was able to see the playoff game against Kennedy Catholic this year, and he was a grown man. He was Derrick Henry out there. Nobody could tackle him at all with the ball in his hands. He would bounce off 5 guys every single play. sneak through the tiniest hole existing and break off for 50 yards downfield and a touchdown in the blink of an eye.
Wow.
He is easily one of the best athletes in the New York region right now.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Me too. Isaiah, man, I think the kid has a bright future. I think, he's at they're not supposed to be. I think he has a bright future, man, and he's a junior, so I think he's gonna be on some college coaches' radars. And I think Corey, you're right up on him, is gonna help with that, and him being on the watch list. Hopefully we'll get him some of the much deserved spotlight that he needs to get. And we'll see how he does next year as a senior.
I believe he recently had a visit to Syracuse as well.
Oh wow!
Sometime last month, yeah. So hopefully that pans out.
Yeah, and with hopefully a quarterback for Christ the King, it'll limit his duties, because the one issue I did notice is ball security.
Gotcha.
He did have a fumbling issue this season, mainly as a quarterback when they asked him to run an RPO. So maybe with a quarterback, it'll help out with his ball security a lot, which will help him out on the ground as well.
Okay.
Yeah, man,
Isaiah's tough.
Kid gets with a good quarterback, and yeah, he's pretty good. Next up, we got a kid, and I saw his coach today.
Absolutely.
Man, coach is a big fan of the podcast. Jonathan David, big dog. This kid has 4 point. His GPA was incredible. I want to say 4.0, but it was like a 4.5.
Yeah, AP classes.
From the Stuyvesant High School, man. That's a great high school in New York City, and I only say that because you know who went there, right?
It's a mammoth.
Me. So yeah. So this dude is special. Let's get his tape on there, Dre. So Corey, can you walk us through Jonathan's film and what you saw from him?
So first of all, he's a guy that has a size that can play outside or inside, as we see with the film here. He's more of a guard. I do believe that he could switch depending on the system. He's a very good pull guard. He has some good speed, which allows him to get out and be a good lead blocker. I do like his strength along with the blocks. He's able to push guys straight back, not have to grab onto them and hold them a little bit. He's a guy that can create a lot of space on the line as the guard opens up the A-gap beautifully. He's a pretty good lineman.
Yeah, I think so. He played in 3A. Mac, you played against this kid. What was the game plan for him?
Well, the game plan for him, I don't know if we really had a game plan for him.
I mean, when he pulled, I'm sorry, I apologize, Mac. You coach offense. I ask DC pulls all the time. You got
I seen the kid play. He was actually going against one of our best defensive linemen in Amari Britt. And he handled him pretty well, man. That was super impressive. I was talking to his coach earlier today. Ed went to a public school, but we'll touch on that another time. But this kid, super high ceiling for this kid, man. Pulling on power, getting out there in space, as you can see in the film. He can play. I think on the next level, this kid will be an amazing center. They have a center at Stuyvesant already, so he's at guard. But this kid is super physical. Love him in the trenches. As this kid is playing against John Adams here, John Adams had a really good defensive tackle, number 75, and he was holding his own, man. I think Jonathan is going to be really good this senior season. He's also playing in the game in the spring, so I'm curious to see what he brings to the table, man. And the GPA you mentioned, Ed. I mean, listen, when you get a 4.2, 4.3, I mean, it's you know what I'm saying? It's but so much. As soon as you pull that transcript out and coaches see that, it's like, all right, you know what I'm saying? This is what we're looking for.
Yeah, kid is an excellent test taker, goes to quasi public school in Stuyvesant, which is, might as well be a private school since every kid can't go to it. And he's he's doing wonderful things there, man. Got to chop it up with his coach today. Looking forward to seeing Jonathan in the senior year and producing more on the field. And is Jonathan? I think he's played in the Rising Stars game too.
He's playing in the Rising Stars game as well. Yeah.
Oh man.
The coach made a funny point, man. He talked about the first year we did it. They only had one kid. I think Stuyvesant has 3 kids playing in the game this year. So definitely excited for that program and what they're doing.
Yeah. And Jonathan might be an Ivy League kid, Jarrell, with that GPA, with his size. Jonathan told Jonathan he was going to be on the show today. He was super excited.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, I can't wait to watch it, and stuff like that. And I think that's a great idea, Jarrell. We're going to pass that tape along, man, a couple Ivy League schools and see if we can help Jonathan drum up some interest and not just Ivy League schools, fellas, because like we talking about not chasing D1, but NESCAC schools. So Hamilton, Trinity, Colby, Williams College, those are some of the best schools in the country. Let's get Jonathan over there too, man. Those are life-changing opportunities academically.
Absolutely, man. What about getting that tape over to Yale? Ed?
Hopefully Reed Jones is watching, and we can do that. They got a new head coach over at Yale. So we definitely send that tape over. But like I said, I don't want to.
Coach Jarrell just said William and Mary. You're pretty familiar with that school. Talk about it.
Man, that's cool. That's a public Ivy right there. William and Mary, Michigan, UVA. Those schools are considered public Ivies. Some of the best public schools academically in the country. I know the William and Mary staff well. I could call up the O-line coach right now if we needed to get Mr. David's film on there. But again, I don't want to limit this kid just to Division I or bus, right?
Gotcha.
That's not what I'm about. I want to get this kid to a great academic institution where he can do his thing. Corey, any closing thoughts on Jonathan?
Yeah, he has a lot of potential. I believe he was planning to attend the Winter Showcase. I don't know what happened there. A few people did back out last minute. But his understanding and his IQ of leverage is a major thing I saw in that film right there. His ability to go against a speed rusher on the line, his ability to go against somebody who's bull rushing him and just drop him to the floor instantly without pulling them down is major, in my opinion. His ability to know to do that, too.
Yeah, no, definitely. I can't wait to see what this kid does for his senior year. His coach is super, super proud of him and what he's doing, saying that he's very strong in the weight room, putting up 225 multiple times, squatting 450 pounds plus for reps. So that's definitely good, man. And he's locked in the off season. I think he's gonna have a tremendous season, man.
Yeah. Me too. So, Corey, we appreciate you as always. The kids always want to ask us, when's the write-up coming out? Tomorrow's a Saturday. I don't know if you work on Saturdays. So, what can they expect to see their write-ups?
So tomorrow the write-up will come out, and along with, I believe, me and my team will be writing 20 articles tomorrow for the whole week. Between Pylon, we had our New England showcase, that went really well. And we have the 27 rankings that are coming out, including a few Cardinal Hayes kids.
Hey, hold on. About time, man. About time.
We
got some 27.
We got delayed. Cardinal Hayes has some 27 kids that I really like a lot. The PSAL has some kids I like a lot in 2027. It's a pretty strong class.
Now these 27s, you ranking New York 27s, right?
Yes.
I'm just gonna say there's a kid who I think has to be he's got to be in the top 2 and he's not 2. That's all I'm saying. He's got to be in the top 2 and he's not 2. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's coming out.
Who's the kid?
Yeah, who's that?
Oh man.
Top 2 and he's not 2?
Because I can tell you who our top 2 are right now. It's Elijah Kimball and Xavier Bala.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm glad you broke that
it's
just
better
now
than that.
too.
I'll
Corey.
watch the tapes and I'll take your word for it. But
Elijah's from where? Corey.
Elijah plays at Canisius up in Buffalo,
Gotcha,
Rochester area.
Buffalo. Gotcha. I know. Oh wow, the comments is getting really interesting. Wow.
Now
So let me say it like this. I hear you. We're gonna put the tape on. We're gonna put Corey. I'm gonna make sure the tape makes it to your inbox. You might not have seen it yet. But there are some 27s at Hayes that I think deserve some recognition. And pretty soon, you're gonna see some flipping happening. Stars are gonna start getting added up just because I know how some of this goes. Not saying you, but I know how some other forms work. And watch this.
I think we definitely we need to figure out if we can get Corey on an episode to kind of talk about the rankings
and how they get happy. Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, and who's there? Maybe we could just just kind of go through the list a little bit. I think that'll be dope.
Yeah.
2026 is finalized. It's not out yet. We're doing a lot of back end work with players changing schools, measurables, offer updates, commitments.
When you say changing schools, you mean they're transferring?
Yeah, a lot of kids changed from private to publics, and they had schools that weren't updated either, and they changed. So we're doing some updating there, which is the delay right now at 26. With 27, all that updating has been done. I made sure to go in ahead of time and change that. 2029 is out already. 26 is coming soon. 27 and 28 are in development.
Gotcha.
Got it.
Like that, man. Definitely like that.
And 2030, we are starting to take names too.
I think
you guys
I'm
were
with that.
watching.
Yeah, I got some 2030s. Got some 2030s that we're doing. We actually have a 8th grade game, Corey. I'm gonna send you the information, and we have a bunch of kids, about I want to say 130 kids that kind of signed up. We'll choose about 70 after going through everybody's application, and they'll be playing on June 6th at Lincoln High School.
All right. We also will be announcing some pretty big news for New York next weekend regarding some events in the spring and summer. I can't disclose details yet. However, it will be probably the biggest event Prep Red Zone New York has ever had.
Wow. That's great to hear, man.
Appreciate that.
Hey, loud, chill out, loud. Hey, Corey, I want you to know, feel free that this is a platform for you to break all the Prep Red Zone news you want. Just so you know, right?
It's not my call. I'm not allowed to break yet.
Yeah,
I'm not supposed to know about it yet.
I understand that. Just Corey, just let Al know, right? That just send me his email address. I'll hit him up and I'll get him the invoice on all the stuff that we're doing about Prep Red Zone. Make sure that they pay their advertisement fee, like everyone else does.
Yeah, I'll say he's gonna be at the game as well and the practices. So definitely to link up with him, man.
Yeah. Tuck, you got anything you want to say, man? I know you here in Atlantic City. Oh man, your mic is not working, Tuck. I'll do it for you. Coach Tuck is excited to be here in Atlantic City. He's having an excellent time at the Glaciers Clinic. He's a little upset because he has to leave early. He's not going to be able to see all of the stuff tomorrow because he will be back in Brooklyn for some sort of event that's happening. I don't remember what it was.
I hear you.
Oh, my bad. It's opening day or something that they're doing over there in Brooklyn.
Opening day, Brooklyn United.
Yeah, Lyle, that was for you. You're going to pay for this fee.
Set the cage, man. Be there. Set the cage.
Lyle, that's coming out of your bag. Hey, Mac, any part words for you?
Nothing, man. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Be on the lookout for some information from Move the Chains Academy next week. Definitely got to talk to Coach Ed after the show about this. I think it's gonna be special, man.
All right. As always, Dre, thank you. If you
just-
want to make
That's Matt. That's all.
what you said?
So I didn't hear what you said, sir.
I just need a seat on the bus when you travel. That's it.
That's good.
Oh man. Well, that's been episode 6 of After the Snap. If you've been with us from the beginning, you already know. This show isn't about headlines, hype, or hot takes. It's about understanding the decisions that shape outcomes long before the spotlight hits. Football is emotional, but the process doesn't have to be. Families who win long-term aren't guessing. They're thinking, planning, and moving with intention. Because success isn't just about your talent. It's about playing the game off the field the right way. We'll see you next time.
It's the after the snap, where the city talks back. Talk the game off the field with Ed, Tuck and Mac. First we break it down, then we'll build it back. From uptown to the bridge, we dissecting the gaps. From the whistle to the chats, we don't fumble the facts. If it's happening in the 5, then it's after the snap. Go! After the snap.